Well, hey there, and welcome to yet another one of my cheesy YouTube videos. This video is going to be kind of a quick video. It is on the alternating system, the charging system for my Troy Bilt Horse tiller. It's got a Briggs and Stratton with the model number 1950-437 engine on it. This is 8 horsepower. What happened is 2-3 years ago I was tilling a garden and this tiller locked up on me. I went to pull the cord. It has electric start, but anyways, I went to pull the cord, nothing. Solid as rock. Well, I had another tiller, so I just kind of parked this one and forgot about it. Until the other day, I decided, well, what the heck? I'm going to switch engines. I had picked up an old generator with a Briggs 8 horsepower on it, so I'm just going to stick that engine on here. But in the meantime, I'll tear this one apart and find out what's wrong with it. And it's pretty interesting what I found out. What you have here, this is the flywheel that I've taken off. This is the outside of the flywheel. And on the inside of the flywheel, you have a bunch of permanent magnets. One of the permanent magnets had come loose and got wadded up between the flywheel and the stator, and it caused it to be locked up. So it wasn't until I tore the shroud off and tried to turn it backwards that it actually moved backwards for, quarter turn or so, then locked up again. So then I thought, well, I got, a broken crankshaft or connecting rod or something that's wadding up inside there. But it was just this little old magnet. So I'm in the process of getting ready to put it back together. My UPS parts did not make the trip yesterday like they were supposed to. And I'm trying to put out a video every week for everybody. So this would be a really good time to go over the charging system on this little Briggs engine. And these little small engines are all kind of similar, and so are motorcycles. As a matter of fact, I think even Harley Davidsons are a lot like this. The charging system is an alternator. Some people just call it a stator. The stator is just a part of the alternator. So you got these little permanent magnets all the way around it inside the flywheel. And this is actually where this one came from. Right in here is the stator, which is mounted to the body of the motor. What you have here are some copper coils. And typically a stator goes all the way around. And it has busted off and somebody's took off half of it maybe. But anyways, this is what I've got. This is what I've seen when I tore it apart. But you got little coils all the way around. And as your permanent magnet spins past them, they induce voltage. Each magnet is a different polarity. This permanent magnet right here, underneath my extension here, is pushing this magnet away. All right, this one right here is drawing it in. This one right here is going to draw it in. So it's south, north, south, north, south, north. Different polarities, let's put it that way. See this one right here? This one won't let me get to it. This one will draw it right in. You got to understand the flywheel itself is cast iron, so it's going to draw the magnet in. So anyways, you got these permanent magnets running past these coils on the stator. The induction is negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive as the magnets pass by. And that's what's creating alternating current, because the current is alternating from negative to positive. So then there really should be 2 wires coming out of here. And when one wire is negative, the other wire will do positive. Your typical house is 60 hertz cycles. That means it goes from negative to positive 60 times per second. The hertz is controlled by how fast these magnets are moving past the coils. On an electric in a house, RPM is important, whether it be the power plant or your generator, which is producing electricity. This alternating current coming out of here has got to be turned into direct current. That is done through diodes or a diode. What a diode is, it's an electronic device that only allows current to pass through in one direction. The more of these you got coming out spaced apart from each other as far as polarity, the smoother your DC voltage coming out of your diodes is going to be. So usually a voltage regulator has multiple wires going to it and multiple diodes. So then it needs to go to a voltage regulator. Alternating current passes through this wire through a diode or multiple diodes. It is converted to direct current. Then it'll pass through a voltage regulator, which will regulate the voltage to some voltage above battery voltage, but not so far above that it will cook the battery. So what I got is I got a broken stator by looking at it. Someone has taken half it off at one time. A magnet that came loose from inside the flywheel on a engine that's got a capability of a pull start that I only use a couple times a year. So I am going to eliminate the alternator out of this little tiller and just use a pull start. But I just wanted to explain to you how the charging system works in this. This is your starter. Centrifugal force kicks this little plastic gear out, which engages the gear on the flywheel and turns it over. Then once the engine starts, it's going to push that plastic gear back away from the flywheel. It's pretty daggone simple. And I could still use this without the alternator and just hook a battery in it when I want to use it and crank it that way. I'm going to eliminate all the magnets out of this flywheel. I could actually just glue this one back in and forget about it. But then I figure if this magnet fell out, the other ones are probably ready to fall out. So let me eliminate that problem. I'm taking the stator off, the magnets out. I'll leave the starter and the ring gear hooked up so I could always put a battery back on it. I just won't be able to charge it, and I don't really need to. I just tried prying this magnet out and it actually broke off in there. So I don't want something that's ready to fall out left inside there, because it'll happen 3 days from now and I'll be so stupid I'll forget what caused it to lock up this time. Yeah, the magnets. They're not coming out. I'm not going to force them, but I will take the stator off. Stator comes off by little bolts with a 1/4 inch head on them. Wow, look at this. This has been busted off. This did go all the way around like it's supposed to. Someone just took off half of it and left this half in there. This coil should look like this coil and all these other ones, but it's been marred and damaged. And this iron core or whatever, it should be going straight through. So good call to get rid of it. So I'm gonna blow it off and put it back together. Yeah, I know this video wasn't that spectacular, but hopefully it gives you an understanding of how your alternator is supposed to work on your little tiller. And remember that when you got a DC system, you're using direct current. You're only using the alternator to create electricity that gets converted to direct current and then charges the battery, which runs all the systems, which there's really nothing on this tiller. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button. Even if you didn't like this one, hit the like button anyways. Thank you for watching my video. I've got a couple more tiller videos in the works. One on this one, the diagnosing of the engine and taking it apart and putting a head gasket on it and the likes. And then I got, and getting her running. And then I got a couple of carburetors I need to rebuild on a couple tillers. And then I still got my Mark I Volkswagen pickup truck that's getting a TDI engine put in it. And I just got the 74 Beetle sitting here behind me that it's getting pretty much a full restoration to it. And then we still got power wagons and a few other things. So hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and remember, if you love life and learning new things, go aimless.com.